Hi, welcome to Profitbase Gantt. This is our newest visual for Power BI, and I just want to show you how it works. So this is our Gantt chart, and it contains mainly of two parts. First part is a data grid, where you have all your tasks listed, and in this case they've been placed in a hierarchy of 3 levels. So you got 2 parents and then the children, and in addition to the hierarchy, you have additional columns where you can add in additional information about the task. And here you have unlimited number of additional columns you can add in. And you can specify in the visual how many you want to see at default. Well, now it's 2, tasks and manager. But you could also say you want this to show by default, and then it will be a bit wider like this. Then the second part is the chart area, and the chart area contains the bars itself. So each task is illustrated by a bar with a start date and end date, and that's kind of the must have information you need to put in there. Or you can use start date and a duration. That is going to draw a bar based on your start date and a couple of weeks. If you put in 2, then it's going to be 2 weeks. And in the chart area you have milestones, which can be important dates. You have these red bars, which are the planned start and planned end date. So you can kind of schedule in when you want, or when you plan to start a task, and then once you start it, you'll get this main bar. You can add in data labels with a name. For instance, who's the manager of this, or you can add in multiple fields from your datasets into the same data label. We also have connector lines, which illustrates dependencies. So this task cannot start before this task has been finished. If we expand these, you can see the first task is go through and update all documentation, and to keep the morale up, at the same time as you start this, you have to start this task, which is eat cake every Friday. And if you want to know more about this, you can drill through to a detailed page. So here you can see more detailed in whatever format you want. It's just filtered down for the task that you selected with a picture of the manager of this task. We have a today line, which is going to illustrate today's date, so it's always going to show where we are today. And then you have the possibility to add in either event markers like this one, a horizontal line saying there's a specific happening on that day, or you can add in an event range like this gray area. It could be a holiday season, it could be a shutdown season, or shutdown period, or it could be anything that the whole company should know about. Then to navigate this, we have some buttons on top where you can collapse everything, or you can expand everything. You can also expand by just clicking on the bars that you want to drill into or collapse. You can zoom out, and then you see the timeline is also getting bigger. So instead of showing a month, it's now showing a quarter. And that's dynamically changing based on how many zoom levels you're clicking. If you scroll kind of out of, let's see if we can get everything back in. So if we zoom in a bit, and you want to go to this task, you can just click this row, and it's going to jump so that task gets in focus. So it's pretty easy to get to where you want as well. You can change the timeline headers by selecting year. So now it's going to be zoomed at a level where you have year and then months. Or you can click on month, and then you get weeks on the next one. So this week starts in November and ends in December, and the week starts on November 27th. And then you see week by week. Or you can select week, and then you see it starts on a Sunday, and then or you can select a day, and then you get hours. And you can get to these same levels if you click on the zoom buttons, but these are just predefined zoom levels. And then we have a pretty cool feature, the search field. And it doesn't sound like much, but it's very fast. That's a cool thing. And it's searching for everything within your hierarchy or your additional columns that you can place in here. So if we just search for a test, then it's filtering down all of the tasks to only show those that contain test or testing or anything. It contains these 4 letters. You can also search for a name. So let's do Sarah. I can see all the tasks that Sarah is the manager for. So our visual is very customizable. You can add colors to the toolbar, to the timeline, to the column headers, to every separate hierarchy level, to the child level as well if you want to. You can add a different background. You can specify colors for the different bars for parents and child, connector lines, to-date lines, event markers, event ranges. Everything can be specified in your own colors. So this is very flexible, very easy to use, and it gives a very beautiful results if you add some effort to it. And you can also go a bit crazy and create something like this with Star Wars themed layout using lightsaber colors for your bars. If you want to use this yourself, you can download and try, and if you need some help, you can go to our YouTube channel to watch how-to videos on the Gantt chart. And that's it. So thanks for now.